Hello everyone, welcome to a video. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, YouTube has a feature on it where you can basically have it provide subtitles for you, and more often than not the subtitles are formed from what YouTube thinks the person is saying. YouTube makes the subtitles based on what it thinks it has heard. So we're going to do an experiment here. I have with me a old Wetherspoons wine list menu, and I thought we would go through the various whites, reds, rosés, champagnes and fizzes that they have on offer. I'll tell you what each one is and what each one tastes like, and we will see how accurately YouTube can convey that to you. Now, obviously this would be the point where I would ask you to turn on closed captioning so that it would be useful, but I thought maybe we could try something else. So what I will have done by the time I get around to editing is I will have had a look at this, read them out, and then in editing I will have taken the segment with me reading these out, then I'll upload it privately to YouTube. After that I will see what YouTube reckons, then I will refilm it. Rather than saying the wines, I will say what YouTube thought it heard. Here is the original version. The white wine, Chenin Blanc, Drostihof, South Africa. From the Cape, an off-dry wine with tropical flavours and a lively, fresh finish. Pinot Grigio, Bolla, Italy. Subtle and dry with ripe lemon flavours from a world-class producer in Veneto. Frascati, Villa Primavera, Italy. Fresh, crisp citrus flavours typical of a good quality Frascati. Sauvignon Blanc, Villa Maria, New Zealand. A zesty, aromatic wine of outstanding quality from the most awarded winery in New Zealand. Bergijk Ben Kastel, Germany. Medium sweet wine with honeyed fruit, great with spicy food. Pinot Grigio, Fezza Coldwater Creek, Italy. Fresh and crisp with citrus notes, always served perfectly chilled. Chardonnay, Fezza Coldwater Creek, California. Packed full of ripe tropical fruit flavours, always served perfectly chilled. Chardonnay, Hardy's, Australia. From one of the oldest wineries in Australia, tropical flavours with a balanced hint of oak. The red wines, Cabernet Sauvignon, Louis Philippe Edwards Lot 40, Chile. Rich dark fruit and a balanced taste from a family-owned winery. Shiraz, Grant Burge, Benchmark, Australia. Fuller-bodied with a mix of dark fruit and sweet spice, an award-winning wine, featured in the Times 100 Best Wine List 2009. Rioja, Faustino VII, Spain, from the most famous name in Rioja. Lively fresh fruit with smoky oak. Merlot, Fezza Coldwater Creek, California. Light, soft and subtle with cherry and plum flavours. Served perfectly every time. Shiraz, Hardy's, Australia. A typical Australian Shiraz with ripe fruit and rich flavours. Rosé wine, Pinot Grigio Rosé, Vitis Nostra, Italy. Popular the world over, this is light, refreshing and deliciously easy to drink. White Zinfandel Rosé, Fezza Coldwater Creek, California. A sweet rosé, always served perfectly chilled. White Zinfandel Rosé, Blossom Hill, California, with a strawberry aroma and watermelon flavours. Rosé, Hardy's, Australia. An off-dry rosé, full of red berry and summer fruit. Champagne and fizz, Veuve Clicquot Yellow Label Brut NV, from France. Fresh vanilla aromas with a dry finish. The quality, colour and bouquet make Yellow Label champagne so immediately recognisable. Moet un Chandon Brut Impérial Envie from France. Since 1743, Moet and Chandon have been the definitive reference for champagne, a crisp biscuit flavour with fruit and blossom aromas. Zinfandel's Sparkling Rosé. Blossom Hill, Italy. Medium dry pink fizz with ripe red fruit flavours and a soft finish. So those are the wines and champagnes and all of that from the Wetherspoons menu from many years ago. Let's see how accurately YouTube cobbled that together. Vote white wine. Shenton Block. Tools the Whole, South Africa. Complicate an all-time wine-rich tropical flavours analysing fresh fish. Ignore Grigio. Butitsa. Southland Right, we've got to demonstrate his from a world-class produce at invented the NATO. Facility. Vera Primavera, Italy. Fresh crisp citrus flavours of disbelief are sexy. Slowly normal. Vittoria uses. Assesses the aromatic wanted outstanding quality of the most awarded winery in New Zealand. Then click the intestine. Gemini. Medium sweet wine with honey fruit. Kobe with spicy food. Do you know he's you know? That's a problem with the Creek, Italy. Freshman Christmas interest rates always does, I think you chose. Spot at the end. That's it for whatever you. California. Packed full of wrapped tropical fruit flavours, always, I think you chose. Started end. Holly's also area. From one of the owners what is in Australia tropical flavours with a balanced hint of a. The right wines. Cabernet Sauvignon. Do you think Edwardsville faulty? Rich dot fruit about stace from a family I don't want it. Trials. Goldberg's Benchmark, Australia. Football League with a mix of dog food since we'd spots and award-winning wines treated but on top of the best one is 2000 line. Real Cup. Fastanel Set, Spain. Phone numbers friends they would bring up com Martinsburg fruit is mode here. Meza. Faxa Coldwater Creek, California. Blood-soaked unsubtle with chairman complainers song publicly every time. General was. Cody's Australia. A typical Australia shots we've got through the bridge flames. Rosa anyone? People crazy overalls are. Because it's not so, isn't it? Popular all over, this is light, refreshing and the delicious easy to drink. Winds in 5 down the wealthy. That so-called creek, California. As we've got to say, always sucked out 50 children. More at the same time down there is a. Blossom Hill, California. With Strawberry Road alternate players. Realises that a. Hobbies, also area. And all drivers are photographed that he had some reforms. Champagne and pays. Blue legal you indeed, Eddie. From France. Freshman and I was going to try finish. The quality car and book a make your label Champagne Centre immediately recognisable. Loaded please show and a lone grew Indiana to the. From France. Since 1743, Moet Chandon had been the definitive reference for champagne, but crisp biscuit flavour with four and blossom arose. Then find out Sparkling Rosa. Blossom Hill, Italy. Meeting driving physically, but Bedford flavours and assault. So there we go. That is what YouTube thinks it heard from the Wetherspoons wine list. And so there we have it. That is what YouTube thought of the Wetherspoons wine and champagne list. Bye!